So I've been watching BookTube obsessively for like the last week, and I thought that I would get in on the whole BookTube thing because I am an extreme book lover, and it's just time for me to get in on this. Yeah, so these are all the books that I have obtained in this month. The first stack I'm going to show you is stuff that I purchased, and the second stack is stuff that my mom bought for me because she's awesome. Alright, so the first book is Ink and Bone by Rachel Kane, and I picked this up because it's like a book about this great library, and like the government's basically like trying to control like what books people get. Like nobody can like own books in their own home. They have to go to the library to read a book. And I just think that that's really cool and such a great idea. Like, I'm so obsessed with the idea that the government's going to try to, like, keep us from reading. I've always thought that was really interesting. So this is, like, so on the top of my TBR right now. So there's that one. This one's honestly probably the one I'm going to read next because I just finished Heir of Fire, and I need some more Sarah J. Maas in my life until Queen of Shadows come out, which isn't for like another 2 weeks, so probably gonna read this one while I'm waiting. But this is A Court of Thorn and Roses by Sarah J. Maas again, and I love that it's like Beauty and the Beast retelling, like a different way of telling the story, because Beauty and the Beast is like my everything. Like, I love all the different tells of it, like especially Once Upon a Time's version. Like, I love this story, and I love any retelling of it. So, and especially since Sarah J. Maas is like one of my favorite authors, it's like, I'm so excited. But yeah, I just think this sounds like really interesting, and I just love the idea that like she was actually a badass, and like she was the one that like hurt him, but then he's like, nah, you're coming with me. So I thought that was pretty cool. So this is, and it's just a beautiful book. Like, I mean, just like this cover, so great. I love it. It makes me happy. Okay. So there's that one. Oh my god, okay. So, this was actually a bargain book. See, it's got that mark right there. But I don't care, because I'm so excited. Because this is Delirium Stories by Lauren Oliver. And I absolutely love the Delirium series. Like, I read it like a year ago. And just the Delirium series has like always been one of my favorite series, because I just love the idea of love being a disease and the government like trying to keep you from it, and like, it's so great. But I was so excited when I saw this because I've always wanted to know, like, you know, the stories of Hannah and Annabelle and Raven, but especially like Annabelle and Raven, because I love them. I love Annabelle because she's just such a badass and everything, and I just want to know like what happened when she left her kids, and like how she survived and all that stuff. And then Raven is just like, Raven's bae. Raven is my bae. So yeah, there's that one. Okay, and then I picked this one up, Daughter of Smoke and Bone, and I also picked up the sequel, Days of Blood and Starlight by Lonnie Taylor. And like, okay, so legit the only reason why I was interested in buying these was because when you open them up and you look right here, Once upon a time, a devil and an angel fell in love. It did not end well. I remember seeing this picture on Tumblr, and I was just like, oh my god, I don't know what series this is, but I'm going to find out, and I'm going to get it because I need to see it. So I got the first two. I didn't pick up the third yet, just because I don't like to pick up the whole entire series at a time, just in case I might not like it, but I'm pretty sure this I'm going to like love. That's why I went ahead and got the second one. I also had a gift card to Books A Million, so like a $5 one, so this was only like $5, so, you know. But I'm just really excited because I'm totally obsessed with like angels and demons and all that stuff. Like, I'm a big Supernatural fan. I also love this series Fallen by Lauren Kate, and if any of you have read it, like, oh my god, talk to me about it because it's so amazing and it's getting turned into a movie, and but I'm fangirling so hard right now. But yeah, I'm so excited about the movie and everything, and just the Fallen series was just so good. It was just so great, like angels and devils and demons and just all of the things. because they're so good. So anyway, I'm pretty excited to read this, especially the idea of a devil and an angel falling in love, like, so good. Okay. And then I got The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm really terrible at pronouncing names. Like, I'm gonna probably butcher every single name. That even is a little bit hard because I've always been really bad at it. I don't know why. I'm just bad. But anyway, so I picked this up because my roommate, my roommate for my first year of college, like, she is obsessed with this series. And I remember her getting the third one in the mail, like, she pre-ordered it and everything. This is how hardcore she was. And she was, like, so excited about it. And I saw the cover, and it was, like, really beautiful. So I was like, So I thought about it. And then I finally ended up picking up the first one. I just think it sounds really interesting. Like, the thought that she, like, has always been told that she's gonna kill her true love. And just, like, I don't know. It just sounds so great. And just, I'm, like, really excited to, like, read this. And hopefully I'll like it, and then I'll pick up the rest of the series, because like I said, I don't like to buy the whole thing at one time, just in case, you know? But yeah, I'm excited to read this. And then we have Air of Fire. Guys, I just finished it today, so I'm still kind of reeling from it, but oh my gosh, this book was so ridiculously fantastic. Like, Sarah J. Maas, if you ever see this video, I love you so much. You won't watch this video, I'm sure. But anyway, I actually just started the Throne of Glass series like maybe a month ago, and I like sped read it through it. I read the first 2 books on the Oyster thing, which I actually love that app because, I mean, it has so many of the books that like is all over like BookTube and everywhere that everybody's talking about, like the Unbecoming of Mara Dyer series, the Shatter Me series, all of those, like, big ones that everybody's talking about, they're all on there, you know, and I've got the 30-day free trial thing right now, but, you know, so I'm not really paying anything for it right now, but I'm about to start, but, I mean, I don't mind, because it's, like, all these books, and it's only, like, $10 a month, guys, so, yo, just putting that out there. But anyway, back to Air of Fire. Okay, so, I finished it today, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was so good. But anyway, I picked this up, like a week ago, and I, read it, and I was just like, oh, it's so great, so good. But, okay, I'm gonna put a review for this up, probably, because I don't want to talk about it in case anybody hasn't read it yet. But yeah, so I'll put a review up, on this. Now make sure I'll put a, like, spoilers, guys, spoilers, but I'm just gonna say this is just so good. Just so good. Just read it. Do it. Okay. We're done with Air of Fire, I promise. Okay. So that was all the books that I bought myself. Now for the ones my mom bought me, because she's great. Alright. The Assassin's Blade. Yes, of course. You know, more Sarah J. Maas. But, so I read this before I read Air of Fire, after I read Crone of Midnight, because my friend suggested that I do it that way. She said that it makes it better to understand how things work and stuff, and it gives you more feels, apparently, which, you know, great, thanks, Devin, for that one. But anyway, but oh my god, this was so good, and it's so great to, like, see, like, her story before she got captured and everything. Like, it's just so beautiful, and it's so great, and, like, you actually get to meet Sam, like, because, you know, she talks about him, but you don't actually get to, like, know what he was like. So in this book, you get to, like, actually see, like, what he was like, and, you know, all that stuff. So that's just, like, that's just so great. Like, I'm just so happy that Sarah J. Maas did this, and just, yes, so this book is just so amazing, guys. Okay. Alright, the next book my mom got me was Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, and this book has won 4 awards. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what does. But this book was so great, and it's so cute, and it's like about these 2 guys that like form a friendship and everything, and like even when like some like hard stuff happens, like they're still there for each other and everything, and like it's just such a beautiful book, and if you haven't read it, you need to go get it right now. I don't care if it's like 1 in the morning where you're at. Go to a Walmart and get this book and then read it. or just get an ebook of it. Maybe that's easier. But yeah, this book is just so beautiful and so great, and just like, I can't rave enough about it, but I'll probably post a review for this one as well. Obviously, since you guys can tell, I've already read this one too. And it was just absolutely beautiful and great, and I read it in one sitting. I literally didn't get up to do anything. I sat there and did not do anything at all until I finished this book. So that's how good it is, guys. And it's a fast read, cause the font is pretty big, you know, and it's a lot of dialogue in this book, a ton of dialogue, but it's it's just so good. Okay, so that's that one. Alright, so Shadow and Bone. So this one, my mom got for me, again. And I haven't read it yet, but like I said, you know, I'm gonna read it at some point and see if I like it, and then if I do, I'll go pick up the next 2 books in the series. But I know that everybody's raving about this book. A couple of my friends told me you need to read it, it's so good, you're gonna love it, you know, because I'm really into fantasy and dystopian and all that stuff, you know. I'm not really into the whole realistic thing, Aristotle and Dante being an exception to that rule. But anyway, so yeah, but I've heard really good things about this, and I think it's interesting. The Darkling character kind of reminds me of the Moth character in the Splintered series. If any of you have read Splintered, you'll know what I'm talking about, but it kind of sounds like they're kind of similar to me. I don't know, maybe it's just the Darkling Moth thing, I don't know, but I just kind of picture him in my head when I read Darkling on the back. I was like, sounds like someone I know from another book. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited to get into this at some point. I don't know when that's going to be because, like I said, probably going to be reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, and then as soon as Queen of Shadow comes out, which is September 1st, I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna speed read that thing because I'm so excited about continuing on with that series. So anyway, Shadow and Bone. I am pretty stoked about you. You look pretty cool, and everybody raves about you, so I will be reading this at some point, guys, I promise. Okay. And then the last one my mom got me, oh my gosh, I can't believe it either. Okay, fried green tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe, by Fanny Flack. So the thing with this is that my mom, we walked into Books A Million, and on the table there was a hard copy of this book, and my mom picked it up and showed it to me, and I was like, it's a book? How did I not know it was a book? Because, okay, Fried Green Tomatoes is my favorite movie. Well, at least one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. I've been watching it since I was maybe 11. I love that movie so much. And then I found out it's a book, and I'm like, nobody even told me. Thanks, guys. You know, that makes me feel really good. This whole time, I didn't even know that one of my favorite movies was a book. Anyway, so that's a book, guys. If you didn't know, like me, now you do. So I was pretty excited that my mom bought me this one. It was actually a pretty expensive book, more expensive than any of the other ones she bought me, so it was nice that she did get it for me. So I'm really excited to read this, because like I said, Fried Green Tomatoes is one of my favorite movies, and I bet the book is just 50 billion times better than that. I love Itchy, and I just love her character, and I just love the whole story. I love everything about it. I mean, they're just such badasses. For their time, they were so awesome. I just can't tell you enough about how much I love that movie, so I'm just gonna love this book so much when I get to it. So excited. Okay, so those are all the books I bought. So here's those, and here's these. Oh, okay, let me see if I can do this. Look, I did it. It's a lot of books, but yeah. Whoa. Oh. So anyway, guys. So just another side note, so you know, I do want to start doing these videos, and I do plan on it. Just know that if soon in future videos there's not going to be a blue wall and all this junk, because I'm actually at my parents' house right now, but I live in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Right now I'm in Texas. So soon the location will change, and you guys will notice this, I'm sure. But when it does, I can like do a bookshelf tour because I have this big like bookcase thing that I can show you that has all my other books on it. These are just the ones that I've purchased since I've been down here, and my mom bought me since I've been down here. So yeah, so just so you know that you're not going crazy, the room's gonna change because I'm gonna be in a completely different state and in my house in Santa Fe. So you know, just that side note. So yeah, like I said, I'll post a review for Air of Fire and probably Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe as well. Oh, and maybe for the Assassin's Blade too. Okay, so I will see you later, guys.